So today we're going to talk a little bit about an event that we have coming up in August, late August, early September, which is basically Labor Day weekend. We had this event from my shirt, this was actually called Midwest Madness, which was in 2013. And it was an awesome event. We had a lot of sponsors. We had a lot of cool people on board. And we had a committee of like 10 guys that put this together. And we got a lot of great ideas from going to KC2K12 and KC2K13 out in Kansas City. And it was an awesome event because when we would go there, you would pull up, you would either have your cruise in or you would have like a pre-meet, and then we would do dyno day on Saturday, and then they'd have a car show and a cruise in, and it was just nonstop action at night. It was free, didn't cost a dime. Everybody had a great time. So when I came back to Indiana, I'm like, man, I think this would be a great idea to have in Indiana. So we came up with this idea called Midwest Madness, and we thought, why not add a little bit extra to what they're kind of doing in Kansas City? So I thought, like, why not we do a cruise or a rally? At then we called it a poker run. And then we do like a track day. Well, that's where all the cost comes, is the track day. Back then, to rent Muncie was around $5,000 or $6,000 a day, and that includes, you know, your ambulance cost and your medics and your employees, things like that. It's not cheap to rent a track, and that was, you know, over a decade ago. So the only way to make it feasible is you have to bring sponsors on board. You have to be able to have people that want to help, and all that event costs probably around $12,000. So it's not a cheap thing to be able to do. So we went from watching an event that had went on every year in Kansas City doing well that was free to now in Indiana, we're gonna try to have this event and it's gonna cost people money, which is where everything changes. So we thought, let's just try it. Let's see how it goes. Okay. We got 10 guys together. We got a bunch of sponsors on board. We got a bunch of stuff to be able to make this work. And it just so happened that it did work out. I mean, I had to take out a loan, borrowed some money to be able to make this work, because we had to order, you know, I'm still wearing these shirts to this day. We had to order, you know, 500 shirts. They were not cheap by any means, but we literally almost broke even on that event. The problem is I have children, and at that time I was going for custody of my daughter, and all of my money was wrapped up in attorney fees. So I never pursued doing the event ever again, just to be honest with everybody, because all my money was wrapped up into my business and my daughter. So I could not take that kind of liability or risk, because to be honest with you, when we had Midwest Madness, what we changed was Friday night was our pre-meet. Everybody would come in from out of state. We'd all meet each other, meet and greet. We talk about our cars, how much power. We kind of get to know each other. Saturday was our car show during the day. And then Sunday or Saturday night was our dyno day. So basically it was pre-meet Friday night, dyno day during the day, Saturday day, night, and then car show during the day, morning. And then Sunday was our track day. What is absolutely insane about this, and most people will probably remember this, there was zero chance of rain. No chance. No chance of rain till Friday. So when Friday hit, it decided, when everybody came in and got their trucks off the trailer, we all had the pre-meet at the Omni in Castleton. Most people probably will not even remember that. It's now owned by Community, and they tore it all down. It was later called the Hilton after the Omni Hotel, but it could hold about 500 to 1,000 cars between the vicinity parking lots, and everything that was on there had a helicopter pad, and it was really cool. Everybody got in, parked their trailers, started unloading the cars. It was awesome. And then a huge storm came in at 10 o'clock, 10:30. So everybody's like, well, I think we're gonna call it an early night. Nothing happened Friday night. Kind of sucked. But that's the nature of the beast. There was no chance of rain on Saturday, no chance of rain on Sunday. We got the car show part in Saturday morning, afternoon. Dyno day came in, and it was blacker and black outside. And I'm like, oh man, this is not gonna happen. It tried to rain multiple times during the dyno day, night portion. Rained all Saturday night. Couldn't do anything Saturday night either. So the track day on Sunday was a very scary thing, because they called me and said, do you want to proceed with this? And I said, you know, honestly, I think I want to do it. Let's go ahead and let's do it. We can dry the track off, but the damage had already been done. Most people don't want to drive from Indianapolis all the way to Muncie when it has rained. It's already wet. They don't want to bring their car show cars out when it's raining and it's wet. So I understand where everybody's coming from. They did not want to They did not want to deal with that. We still had an amazing turnout for what it was. It was a great event, even though it rained Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We made the best of it. But after seeing the chance of rain and all that kind of stuff that happened to me, unfortunately, I could not take that risk ever again to be able to do an event until my kids are now more grown. And we got more sponsors on board this year than we did even back then. So with everybody coming at me and saying, Jeremy, I think we need to do something like that. Or, you know, again, can we revive this Midwest Madness event? Can we please do that? Last year I was going to release it. The problem with it is last year I just wasn't prepared well enough with the sponsors and everything like that to just release it and not have enough time to kind of get everything going. So this year we had everybody on board, all the sponsors, everything is going great. The car show, or the car scene, in my opinion, in this year has been the best I have ever seen in 24 years. Indianapolis' car scene has blown up. And the amount of awesome cars that are here, that's what's even crazy. These aren't like crappy cars or cheap cars. These are nice cars. Younger guys own them, but they're nice cars. I mean, you're talking Hellcats, you know, newer BMWs, Mustangs. I mean, these are not like old clapped out cars. So this year has been a year that has shown me that there's a lot of people that want to come out. They want to bring their cars out. They want to have fun. So the only downside to that we have found out with the past few events, the bigger events, is that if you allow anybody to come in, the general public, with no registration, no money, nothing tying them to having their information, they will come in and do whatever they want and tear up everything. So we brought in this invitational because we want people to understand, we want you to be safe at this event. We want you to be able to park your car there, know that your car is safe. You as a person and your family and your kids are safe. You don't have any issues to worry about because you're going to know every single person that is involved in this event. All the guys coming from out of state, we want them to know, hey, you're going to be safe here. If you park your car here, there's not going to be a bunch of idiots dorting in your car, parking next to your car, trying to do donuts, throwing up rocks. That's not this type of event. We have nothing to do with takeovers or that type of activities, nothing. So this is purely going to be about guys who want to hang out, who are responsible people, who want to be in a safe environment and feel comfortable about coming out and hanging out and having a good time. So that's what this is all about. So what we're going to do this year is Thursday is going to be our pre-meet, which will be at RPM Performance. Everybody knows where that's at in Indianapolis. We'll put the website and, you know, their address down when we make this video. And then Friday night, Blake is having an event at Muncie Drags that will be open to the public. So if you want to bring your car in and you don't happen to make it into the invitational event, or you are in the invitational event and you want to practice and get your car ready, test and tune anything, it will be dig racing for an hour and the rest of the night will be roll racing at Muncie Drags. Friday is a really tough night for everybody because a lot of people can't get off work and go directly up to Muncie. So we want to push people to go to that event if they do want to go to. And then after that event, after 9 p.m., usually it starts to slow down. We're going to have a night meet. And then that night meet will only be for people that are privately invited. So unfortunately, some of these locations and times, they will be private invitational by email only. So if you do want to sign up for this event, it is easy. It's midwestinvitational2024@gmail.com. If you would like to come, send us an email. We will send you all this information in that email so that you have it. Saturday, we're going to do it like we did back in 2013. We will have the dyno day in the morning this time. And it will be around 1, 2 in the afternoon. And then we're going to have that run till about 7. And then we're going to do a cruise from there all the way down to Pizza Junkies in Greenwood. The Outlaws, everybody will be down there. And then we're going to do an event there for the car show. We're going to do a pizza eating contest. It's going to be a really good time. And that's where we'll be for pretty much the remainder of the night. Now, understand, we've talked about this. Anybody that's coming for the car show portion or VIP section, you will have designated parking. So there will be designated parking for the car show and VIP and people who have registered for the event. That way you have your own particular parking there. And then Sunday will be the track day. So that's where if you're part of the invitational itself, you'll be able to race at the actual track day. And I want everybody to understand a lot of this. That's why we're making this video, to kind of show and tell everybody this is not going to be like a lot of the other events that you've ever been to. We learned a lot from Streetcar Takeover when it came into town in Indianapolis. You have to be able to have everybody registered, invitational, controlled. You cannot If you let people just come in from the general public, they will tear apart everything that you have, and they will destroy it for all the good people. That's the sad part, is it takes a couple bad to ruin it for all the good. So the way we're going to separate this when it comes to racing, when it comes to the Invitational, when it comes to any of this, is there will be 4 horsepower groups: 500 and under, 500 to 750, 750 to 1000, and then 1000 above. Each one of those 4 horsepower groups, we will have a big gold belt that looks like a WWF belt that will be the championship winner of each one of those horsepower groups. Now, everybody keeps messaging me and going, well, what if I'm a Supra and I weigh 3,200 pounds and I make, 496, but really I'm competing with cars that are making 500 to 750. We do understand that there's going to be limits. Hellcats weigh 1,000 pounds more than a Supra. We know this. So we're also going to be going by trap speed and 60 to 130, because there is going to be a lot of roll racing, and people have asked for also to have dig racing. So we will have dig and we will have roll. So understand that. We are going to keep cars within about 5 to 10 mile per hour threshold of where, if we're not going to put 130 trap cars up against 146 trap cars. That's just not the way we're going to do this. That's not fair, and it's not fair to anybody. So please understand, we are not going to do that. And I want everybody to understand, because I've had 2 emails today about that. So we want to keep this as competitive as possible. If you lie, we will know about it. So don't sandbag us the first run. Don't lie. If you do it, you will be caught. You will be eliminated immediately. I'm not playing no games. I'm not joking around. Care who you are. If you want to play games, take it somewhere else. Don't do it here, because we don't have time for that. This is all about bringing people in and being fair and being competitive, and keeping the car community coming together, not tearing it apart by people lying. We don't want people like that in this event. So please understand, if you want to waste your money, you're going to be immediately ejected if you lie to us. I understand you can run on map 1, map 2, map 3, map 4, but be honest. Don't tell me you're on map 4 and then you're really on map 7, 8, and then you're lying to all of us. So we need to be honest with each other and honest to everybody who's coming out here. It needs to be a competitive event, not a blowout. We do not want to see that with anybody. And I think everybody can understand that. That's the whole reason why we're having this event. We also want to let everybody know, if you want to make a call out video, you're more welcome to make a call out video. You can, tell everybody about what you're going to be doing. If you do, on the options for when we send out this email, if you do option out to be a VIP, I will make a personal video about your car. I'll tell you about your backstory, your car, your horsepower, what you did with your build, all that. I will put it up on our YouTube, and then that will be your commercial for everybody to see it, kind of like a buffet. You get to choose which cars you want to race, and that's what's going to be cool about this event, is you're not going to be lined up against anybody you don't know. You get to pick 10 to 15 cars out of all the people that are going to be in this event, and you get to choose which cars you race. So you're not going to be put up against a 90 mile per hour trap car up against a 145 trap car. So we want you guys to understand that this is going to be a lot different than what a lot of other people are doing and what we've done in the past. So when we had the Midwest Madness event, we did have dig racing, we did have roll racing, we had a lot of different stuff. We had flashlight start, we had girl start, we had hand drop, we had all different kinds of stuff. So we can sit down and talk about this when we're at the event. You guys can kind of choose what you would like to do. We can do side bets, we can do a lot of different things with this. What we're trying to do is bring street racing onto the track. So that way, nobody's getting hurt, nobody's putting anybody else in danger. We can all have our fun, and we can kind of figure out who's going to be the grand champion of each horsepower group, because not everyone's going to make over 1,000 plus. So if you want to be the king of the 500 horsepower cars, this gives you your chance to be able to do that, and it gives you a chance to run 20 to 30 other cars in your horsepower group. Whereas when you're on the streets or you're at a different track event, you might get one pass in a day in 4 hours, and you're running a 800 at 350 horsepower car. This will give you a chance to run 10 to 15 times of a car that is similar to your caliber of level of power. So I hope everybody enjoys this video to kind of understand what we're trying to do. The other biggest thing is we're trying to help other shops and other sponsors to get their names out there, get them the recognition that they deserve. We want to see this continue next year, because I really do want to see more events like this happening, because it seems like now everything is all about grudge racing and certain types of racing, and it's like, that's great. I have no problems with anybody doing any of that kind of stuff, but we want to kind of keep it as competitive as possible. And I know a lot of people want to hide their numbers and all that. That's cool if you want to hide your numbers, you want to do all that, but if you go out the first time you race, we're going to know exactly how fast you are. It's not going to be a secret once you go out there and trap 160, 170, 180. So I don't know what has to be so secretive about things, because I'm in this to go out and have fun. I know Sam is as well. Always. So that's what this is about, is everybody coming out, having a good time and having fun. So I hope you guys enjoy this video about what this event is going to kind of be about. So that way you guys can kind of understand. If you have a truck, or if you have a car, anything, if you have a donk, anything, bring it out if you want to race it, or even bring it to the car show portion of it. We want to bring out everybody. We're going to be doing a cruise, we're going to be doing dyno, we're going to be doing car show, we're going to be doing a cruise in, we're going to be doing night meets. So it's going to cater to anybody. If you want to bring your kids out and have fun, we had a guy come out Saturday night with his kids, cruise around with his kids with us and have fun. It was a great time. So I just want everybody to understand, don't feel like you can't come because you don't make 1,000 horsepower. That's not what this event is about. This event is about everybody coming out and having a great time. Even though it says Invitational, all you have to do is just send us an email at midwestinvitational2024@gmail.com, and you will probably be approved. As long as you're not somebody who's a troublemaker or we've had problems with in the past, you will more than likely be approved. So please just take a chance and come out and have some fun.
Also, I feel like something that we need to add here, if there's anything you guys want to see in particular for this event, just leave it in the comments on this video, shoot it in the email. We'd love to hear you guys' feedback. Like he was talking about the racing, if there's something you guys want to see there.
Exactly.
Or maybe the car show. I know Jeremy's working on some really cool trophies that are going to be for the car show. So
we spent thousands of dollars on trophies, so it'll be really cool when we get to show you guys those as well.
Absolutely.
The only thing that we don't want is, please do not come and do burnouts. Please do not come and do anything like that. We really would appreciate it.
We'll have a police presence, so if we have anybody causing trouble, I mean, you're going to be removed immediately and probably removed from any further events that we have.
Exactly.
Like we said before, we don't mess around with anybody that does any takeovers.
It's 0, 0, 0 intolerance. So please, people understand that is 0 tolerance. So do not do anything stupid, or you will be ejected, and immediately you will not be allowed to come to any future events. So if you guys do have any questions, please put them in the comments down below, and let us know how you feel, and anything you guys want to see, put them in the comments down below. We definitely value your feedback on what you guys have to say. Thank you guys.